Good evening. Hello, Walter. Hello, Melissa. How are you guys? Ignore my mess of my desk. I've got a couple things just kind of hanging out here for us. Just kind of waiting for everyone to get on and it to kind of click in, all that good stuff. Got a random cucumber on my desk. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm going to grab something. Wait for it to catch up here. No, I promise we're good. Hello there. Yeah, crafting is messy. Hi, Michelle. How are you doing with all the weather? I hope to answer your question. I saw you asked a question, Michelle, last night about the confections. I'm good, you guys. I'm very good. It is Wednesday, hump day, and the weather's turning nicer. But Michelle, you asked about these, and you said some of them drying differently. So I'm not quite sure. I didn't quite understand what you meant by that. So, hi, Karen. So, um, this is how I have them. I'm going to kind of get them up here. Let me switch my camera to turn me off. You don't need to see me. And let's see if my camera focuses on them. So, Michelle, I'm not quite sure what your question was about them. I'm going to come down just a little bit. Kind of. Hi, Mom. Hi, Penny. So, this is the nacho. This is the guacamole. And there's a little bit of shimmer in the guacamole, kind of hard to see. And then there's the salsa too. So I wasn't quite sure when you said, like I said, I saw you made a comment about them and I wasn't quite your thing. But let me show you a couple of cards that I've kind of got with them. This one is not finished yet. This is kind of similar to what we're going to do tonight, something, but this has the guacamole in it. And then with the guacamole, I also added while it was wet, I added my die cut out because this is just a leftover piece. That's why my eye isn't and I added some of the jade gems while it was wet. And then I didn't have to use glue. So I just stuck it down while it was wet. So I'm going to add, some other little things to make a party, but we're going to make a Fiesta card tonight. And then I know the design team has seen this, but I wanted to show you guys. This is another one of the cards. I mean, this one has the salsa. So it's kind of hard to see I don't know if I have a brighter light to show you. I'm kind of trying to get it down here a little bit, but so right here is the salsa, and then this is the layering stencil for that. So hello, Christy. Thank you, Melissa. It is that other one. That other one was kind of fun. I'm still kind of playing with it, but I've got a couple tricks up my sleeve. So I talked about last night about using pixie spray and foiling. So we're going to start with that. Okay. Wanted to block off my big old shiny spot here from my light. So you guys don't have to stare at that. See if I can put it in the right way. I didn't get that done first. Move my hand. There we go. Yep, it says wedding card. I'm still in the process of getting my wedding card made. So, all right. So I have the fade stencil. This is from the No Day But Today release. I do not, there was pixie spray on this, but you can see because there's dog hair, but we're not going to use that. Hello. Tonight. Who's seen the new, Penny? It may have been already ordered. The new Chroma Mist Creamy Pastel. Yes. Hi, Christopher. Yes. Thank you, Christy. You have a fun pre-order. All right. Tell us about the pre-order. You're welcome to pop in and tell us. You don't have to, if you don't want to in just the chat. I'm going to get this started here. That is how they dried on the stencil. Talk of the smaller spots where you would put those 3 pastes. It was just okay. Okay. Yep. So the salsa and the guacamole are a little more. They're not super shiny. The nacho cheese was a little more shiny. Does that make sense? There's a little bit of glitz to the guacamole. We can't see you yet, but
Can you see me?
But we can hear you. Your camera's not on. There
Can
you are.
anybody else see me? Oh, okay. You can see me now?
Yes.
Okay, so just real quick, everybody, so I'm not taking over the live like I've been doing every Wednesday at this point. But we just got word from Spellbinders that our pre-order of the new Scout machine, we were able to reserve 12 of them. That's all we could get. So I don't know if any of you have heard of the Scout machine yet, or if you've seen the Scout machine, but essentially it is a miniature version of the Platinum 6, which has always been my absolute favorite machine that I have ever used for the simplicity of it. Again, you know, it's probably the best die cutting machine that's out there. So it is a 3.5 inch wide. I will be using one. The retailer exclusive is this beautiful light blue with florals on it. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. You get a whole bunch of stuff with it too. So I want to let everybody know that it is live on the website currently. And we will be selling eventually, not right now, but soon, we will be selling cardstock in our size, our Perfect Blend cardstock in the size already pre-cut for you to put into the machine, so that you don't have to like cut down, you know, your strips of cardstock and waste your cardstock. We will have 3.5 by 9 inch strips already cut that you can purchase. I mean, they're going to be like pennies, I think, because I can't remember what the price of it is. But if you pre-order it, you get a pack of that free with your machine. So not all of that is detailed on the website yet, because I literally just saw the email. I just got the email. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to go out and tell everybody. And I'm going to hop on real quick with Candi. So that's all I have. That machine is now available for pre-order. It ships in early June. But that's it. I want to let y'all know that you are able to order it now if you would like.
Thank you.
I can't wait to get mine, because I need like a little machine. Like,
yeah,
you have a Happy Doodle. I need like a little machine that sits on my desk at all times. And I mean, the Scout is just, it's really pretty too. I don't know if you all are looking at it on the website. It's
Heather
beautiful.
told me about it, and I got the email about it from Spellbinders, and I was like, oh, it is so cute, but I don't need it. I have one right now. Otherwise,
well, the blue one you can only get from retailers. The purple one I think you can get from Spellbinders, but the blue one only, it's weird. They have different colors. They have like a blue one, they have a purple one, and they have, it says page not found. Let me double check. It should be active. Yeah. Can
anyone else get it? Maybe, did you refresh, Michelle? Maybe there's a bunch of people on.
Okay, we just posted it. So try that. All right, that's all from me. I'm going to head out. I'm going to still be watching, but I just won't be talking.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good night. All right, so this is the Fade stencil. That's a slimline stencil. We're making a mini slimline card tonight. And this is the Over the Moon, because it kind of matches with the paper pad. It's a little bit lighter than phone book. Hi, Heather. I didn't want it to be super bright. So we're just kind of giving in just a little bit of dimension, a little bit of interest to the back. I'm not making it super dark or anything. I just want to have a little bit of texture back there, so it's not such a plain, boring white background. So I'm just kind of doing everything all over. So, all right. So just a basic thing. All right, I'm gonna put that aside. This might go fairly quick tonight. We'll see. You know how good intentions are. And this is just a card stock that is 1, 2, 3 and a quarter by 6 and a quarter. I'll probably cut it down a little bit. So now this is where a friend of mine, Peggy, showed me how to do, from Minnesota. She showed me how to do this. So this pixie spray is almost out. So I'm just going to spray it a little bit. I'm going to kind of, I don't want to do it like, I'm just going to kind of spray it all over it. I'm shaking it real hard. I mean, there's some just to get it out because it's almost over. Yes, Ellen. But I'm just kind of spraying it like you would a stencil. And I am going to get my new one. If you couldn't tell, that one was completely empty. But I happen to have, I always have one backup. So that one's really, so I just kind of misted it. Okay. Now, this is the fun part. You use any toner foil, and I grabbed some green because I thought that would be fun. This is leftover foil from a card panel from obviously 2020. I'm not going to make another 2020 graduation card. So if you have little tiny scraps, like here's a piece of green sketch that got all crumpled, you just take the little pieces and you're just going to hit it like this. And you can do as much or as little as you want. I might cut a smaller piece down so we don't get all those harsh lines. And I'll go up a little closer. So all I'm doing is dabbing it. And it just sticks. Is the collection page for this Penny, we have a bot, I believe, if you want to get rid of that. Yes, there is, Penny. I don't know if here, I'll text it to you so you can share the whole link. Oops. Oh, you just posted it? Okay, thank you. Now I got to get rid of that. Yeah, it's really easy to do, and you can do it with any kind. So I'm going to use the screen sketch paper. Like I said, it's probably better to have like little, if you want like little dots. My friend likes to use the opal a lot because it just gives it that little bit of iridescence. So it kind of depends on how much pixie spray you have on your, but it just adds, and then here, I'll show you the sprinkle. Oops, now of course the chat is in my way. There we go. It just adds that little bit. So I added some to this one last night. This was some red and gold because I was playing with it. Thanks, Melissa. It's just kind of fun. And then I have a card started, but it's not finished yet. But here is the gold on this. Remember this background I showed you guys last week? So this one just has a little bit. And then I have some of the nacho spread on there. So we might finish that card tonight if we have time. Now, the big thing I would say is if you overspray, you're going to have a sticky kind of card front. You can kind of erase a little bit, but sometimes it kind of muddles it up a little bit. So it kind of just like an overfoiling kind of thing. So I'm just kind of lightly hitting it with my sand eraser. I don't mind that because this is going to be this is just a background piece that I want a little shine on it. So it's a fun thing. Like I said, I save all of my pieces, my little pieces, because this is something easy to do. Now, one thing I can tell you that if you have too much stick left, grab your anti-static powder tool, whatever one you have, and just kind of rub it on, and that helps kind of get rid of some of the stick. Woohoo! 6 machines left, you guys. So that is our background. I'm going to wipe that off so the shine. And we got to cut this down because I want to make sure. I like to use the mini slim card bases. These are available in the store. Okay, now I ran over to where him. Yes, yep. The new embossing. I do that all the time, Melissa, and it just depends. Like I said, I had this one is, I just opened this tonight, so it's super strong. You can spray it away a little more farther. Like, let's see if I can show you, like, and you probably wouldn't get as much, or you could do some spray and kind of run it through the air. But I want to cut this down so that it fits on our card panel. And the card panels measure 3.5 by 6. And my card panel was 3.25 by 6.25. So I have to cut it down just a little bit. A little bit of an inch. So we're just going to cut down just a hair off this side. It was a little bigger. This, I think, was a leftover piece from something. So we're going to cut it down. And then I was looking for we're talking about my little die cut machine. I can't find my other cutting plate. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. Because I'm going to cut some balloons out. All right. So I just want a little bit of a border. So we need a little bit more. A little bit more off the side. So now it's up to you. You can do this. We can do this with some pattern paper too. So YouTube instead of Facebook. All right, Ellen, is that better? So we've got our card base. Now I did pre-cut this out. This is the word Fiesta that you saw from my other card. I cut it out of some of the pattern paper, some of the tasty taco pattern paper. I just used some scraps and then I cut a few small pieces. I have one for each color, and then I used some wagon. So we're going to shadow them just a little bit. And we're making another Fiesta card. So we're going to go ahead and quick do that. Hope everyone's having good. Have you checked out the new succulent and cactus release, the subscription products today? What are your favorite things if you've seen so far, or what are you excited about? I am excited about it all. And just also an FYI, there are still some, we have to go along with the cactus release. There are a few 6x6 stamp sets left. There was one that was succulents and one that was cactus that are older. And then we also still have one that is the Christmas cacti stamp that has some cactuses that have like a Santa hat and some Stamp and Die. Those are available still as well, or they were as of earlier today. So if you want to add some more to it. So I'm just taking the wagon cardstock and I'm just kind of offsetting each of the letters a little bit, just so that they have a little shadow layer. Yes, it's so cute. I'm looking forward to the big stamp set because I really want to watercolor that. So I'm going to do a little bit different offsetting. So if you notice my F, I set down below, but this one, I set off a little bit off the top. And I know they're not in alphabetical order. We're just kind of fixing them. Now I will tell you that make sure when you're using your letters, make sure you check them all, because this is just an old stamp set or die set that I got from a friend. Ellen, I not kidding you, I saw that and I just squealed. I'm super excited about that. And have you seen the card panels? They're going to be some in the box. The cactus card panels, I'm super excited about those. And I think I might have ordered an extra set of those. I can't remember now. Okay, so we want the IST. I'm not worried about, I'm going to let them just kind of match. Doesn't matter if one's up and one's down. We're just doing a little extra. Yes, the Looking Sharp card panels. I think those are going to be fun. I can't wait to get those and play with those. Okay, so I have the tomatoes. We got the peppers. This is the drink. Oh, yes. That was something I knew they were working on. You forgot about the new month going now. I just received the, yeah, it's Christy. It's cute. It's funny. I was stalking the page this morning. I told Heather that I was a Brutus Monroe stalker and not to tell anybody, because I was stalking the page this morning waiting for the add-ons. I was super excited. I like the with thorns, which is fun because it has the circle piece that you can cut out, so I'll make shaker cards. It reminds me of the one we had with the safari stamp set last year. Yeah, Heather, I think they're going to be fun. I want to heat emboss them in different colors like penny and gold and rose gold, and I want to watercolor them. So I was jokingly going to text you guys and say, did you ship my order yet? No, I'm totally kidding, obviously, because I can't wait. They're so cute. Such a great release. Okay, my neighbor's dog is going nuts. Must be somebody outside. I love the avocados, and I just in the paper it might look like they're upside down, but they go both directions, and it's just the way that it was on this paper when I cut it. I wanted to make sure you could kind of see that it was an avocado. I actually had avocado for dinner tonight. I had BLTs, and I like to put avocado on my BLT. Okay, Fiesta. So we're going to put this one down a little lower. Oh, thank you. I when I started die cutting them out last night, I wasn't sure how. I wanted to make sure we could see all of the, I wanted to use some of all of the pattern paper, and I wanted to make sure you could see, I mean, on camera, it might be hard to see, but in person, you can, I made sure I die cut to make it look like a tomato, to make it look like a pepper, to make it look like I wanted the taco meat. And then I thought it's going to get lost. So we need to offset it. And wagon is the perfect combination. So we're going to put them on like this. Hi, Tia. How are you? And then it's fun because you can make this Fiesta card. It can be for a graduation if you know somebody's going to have like walking tacos because those are a thing, or a party. What letter, Melissa? These are old letters. They're not available anymore. I apologize. I just went through my stash. They're from a home party, and a friend of mine had them. So I just kind of went through and found the biggest letters I have. So it's from a company that is getting ready to close, if that helps. Yeah, Cinco de Mayo party, I was thinking birthday party, a retirement, any kind of party, drinking party. You're going to go out, put a gift certificate in there for a Mexican place. Okay, so this is where I'm very bad. So we're going to cheat, and I'm going to grab some of my British Mineral Rainbow sticky tape because I cannot do a straight line. I don't have any current dies that are letter dies because I don't use them that often. That are big. It's just not something I have really invested in lately because I usually use letter dies or like word dies. So I just use my grid lines to put that down, and that's going to help us line that up. The margaritas are right here, Melissa. I promise I included them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 letters, so we're going to split the difference and do. Now, I was a cheerleading coach, for those of you who don't know that, and what I learned is you start with the middle, both middle letters if you need to. You could pop these up, you could layer 2 or 3 behind the E, or the darker letter, the colored cardstock, and that would make it super thick. But I'm just going to use this. So this is going to be a birthday card. I pulled out some I went through all my Produce Monroe stamps that are in stock and looked for some different birthday sentiments. Yes, I actually have a few of those. I keep forgetting about. I have some of those too. They're down underneath. They're one. Let's see. I'm really bad at math. Okay, so they're about 1.5 inches. You could use, if you have a Cricut, you could just cut out some letters that way with it. Just some block letters. I think it's nice if you can just get one. I like to have a plain alphabet die in my stash, but you could also just print some out. To be honest with you, pre-Cricut days, exactly. You could actually print some out on like a template with like Microsoft Word, and then and I know fussy cut them, but with a straight edge you could do that, and then you could trace them on the backside, and you could cut them out. So it's nice if you can use some sort of repositional tape if you want them to be straight. Otherwise, if you're going to be like me, you can make them all wonky. So, so now you can see where that card this card. This was where I cut the wagon. I just happened to cut them out and kind of tried to line them up. I used some my grid mat to line them up as close as possible. I kind of just eyeballed it and cut them out so that I could use this as like I could do it as a shaker, or like this. I said, I let my daughter talk me into sewing. Yeah, you know what, Melissa? Fortunately, there are a lot of other dyes out there on the market. That's the good thing. Wonky works for me, Ellen, because I usually cannot do a straight line, like even with a ruler. Even matter of fact, I think they're over. It's over a little far, but that's okay. We can put something over there. All right, so now I'm going to take this off. stick that there. So we got our little Fiesta. My F is a little bit wonky too, but it's dried on there. So for this, what I was going to say, what I did is I had this piece. I just took some old, I have some of the old original purple take, or I could, you could use masking paper, anything, and I just taped it down using my grid mats and straight lines in this way, and then I just spread the guacamole over it. And then if you look carefully, you'll see that where I didn't get it spread, you can see the peppers below, but that's okay. And then, like I said, when it was wet, I stuck those gems in there so that there would be some kind of raised Fiesta gems, which would be fun if you had some of the other color gems. So we got the Fiesta. I think we need to put this on some wagon cardstock to make it pop. So let's cut that down to 6 by. Happen to have a big piece right here. That's just going to make it pop a little bit. Do a 6. Actually, I'll do 3 1/4 first, or 3 1/2 first. So then I got this. Yes, Christy, that's isn't it awesome? It's so fun. And my daughter has started doing. She wants to start. So she started doing succulents and cactuses to grow because she knows she doesn't have to worry about them. Look at how much that pops now. Only 4 scout machines left. All right, so we've got that. We need to add some more color, I think, and we're going to use some of the green. So we could use the poison apple, but I'm leaning towards, let's see, where's my colors? I have them all here somewhere. I'm leaning towards maybe the Jurassic because I like the dark color of, well, let's see. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards this. I'm going to lean toward, we're going to probably cut some of each out. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. We're going to cut these down. So if you want a scout machine, head over and pick that up. So what I did is I went through my stash and I got so I got these off Amazon and I cut down my occasional tags, I think is what this was called. And I'm going to grab the balloon out of there, and that's what we're going to use. There's a candle, there's some, rickrack, which would be fun to make for Fiesta, but we're just going to use the balloon, and we're going to cut a couple balloons out. I'm trying to find yes, run and grab it. If you do not have a mini die cutting machine, I will tell you that it is very nice to have one that, if you can, on your desk. Like, it's just, I never thought I would have one. I found one at my local scrapbook store. They had a garage sale, and I got one on clearance, the Tim Holtz one, the Sizzix one, whatever that one was called. And then I just happened to win this little one, and they are so nice to have, especially for this type of event like this, because now you guys can watch me craft and I don't have to go to the other spot. I'm thinking we should do a yellow too. We'll do 3 different colors. So I'm going to quick look, see if I have a smaller piece here before I cut this. Oh, you moved to Columbus. Yep. I've been to Dayton. Mine would never have left my table either, except that, like I said, I ended up with this little one, and I need new plates for my sidekick, but this one's just a little bit wider. So I think we're going to do a phone book one too. Yes. There we go. We need 1 piece of phone book. There we go. Do I have any small pieces? I do not. So As you know, I'm a big fan of trying to cut from the middle, but I think in this case, we're just going to go for it. I don't want to cut this down. Normally, I would go cut this out of the middle so it'd work as a mat, but I don't feel like leaving you guys to the other side of the room. You bought one last year. It's really nice to have one. And it's funny because even when I go to crops, I bring both, which is ridiculous because most time when I go, if I'm going to some place, somebody has a die cut machine. Well, the couple places that I go, there's always a platinum or a big shot or something, but I always bring both. So, okay. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to leave the shine mark in both of those, in all of these. I'm just going to tape them down on the back and leave them in. I can find my washi tape. It is a little bit wider. That's the one thing I like about it. For those bigger word dies, some of the bigger dies that, are just, they fit just perfect in there. I'm just going to tape a couple piece of tape down on here and add it too. So, I forgot to post. I will post the new challenge tonight after I get done. I forgot to do that today. It's been kind of a whirlwind. The new challenge for May, create your own ending. The CYOE challenge is to use pastel colors. Especially we have the new pastel chroma glazes and we have the new pastel chroma mists that came out with this release. So that is what it is. I will post that in the group. I think we're going to do two over here, and we're going to maybe put one over here. So let us quick add that. And actually, let's add a little bit of shimmer to these. Add just a touch of pixie spray. I'm just going to tap it. I'm just kind of spraying it up in the air and just hit it. Oh, that one I hit a lot. It's fine. So I might try to tap some of that. And then I have a little bit of silver here. We're just going to use a little silver. I don't want to really use green. Just to give it a little shimmer. Yeah, I ordered a few of those today to go with my order. Okay, I'll pull these up closer so you can see them when I'm done here. I might not have got enough pixie spray on that one. So I will show you when you get if you get just enough pixie spray, I don't know if you can, I'm just going to try to shimmer that. There, you can kind of catch it. You see, you can kind of catch that little bit. These two did not get enough. So I'm sure, and like I said, you can do the decal pen, but that's, I would probably use put it on my desk and then put a little brush on it. Where if you use the spray, kind of get that little bit of them. And then you can just use the corner. I just want to add a little bit of shine to these, just a little sparkle. Oops, that one might have a lot. It does resemble pixie dusting. It does. I mean, we got shimmer splash, we got pearl splash, and we've got aqua splashes and stuff, but that little bit of foil kind of just adds a little fun to it. And you use a smaller piece like this, you get a little bit better. Like this one turned out really lots of shimmer on that. So I'm gonna go ahead. I actually think we're gonna put the green and that together, and the yellow together here, and the green one over here, so we can balance, because I want this to be hidden just a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and add this down, and I might pop up the yellow one. I think I have some tape, some foam squares here that I've got some foam squares on my desk that I'm not sure where they're from, but I'm trying, I've had them for a while, and I found them when I was cleaning and organizing, and I'm trying to use them up. Now we're going to put this one over just a little bit. We might cut it off a little bit. And then I think we're going to pop this one up too. I Christy, or Ellen, I gave one to my friend because I wasn't using it, and I ended up getting one of the original small ones. I haven't used it in a while, but I have it in particular for some scrapbooking. For my son, he was an Eagle Scout, and I have the Boy Scout one, and my friend has the Cub Scout one, so that I can do that. And then I have a few other ones that work for like dance and things like that for my daughter for dancing. All right. So I've got that. I'm going to see what this looks like. We might have to trim that part off. Okay, we're going to trim this one off a little bit here. There we go. So I'm going to add some of that to here. You can go through, look through your stash at your dies if you don't have balloons. I mean, I think most of us, if we have dies, we probably have balloons. But if they're too big, look and see if you have a birthday hat, or birthday presents if you wanted to make this a birthday card. Or just make some confetti or some stars. Those will all add some funness to this. Now, I feel like we need some strings. I just do. And I'm not sure how I want to do strings. Let's see. What do I have for strings? Do I have anything close and handy? I don't, so I'm going to grab something. I just got some white thread. We're going to throw that on there. You couldn't what? You know what, Christy, it is. Yes, you could. And the other thing is that you could, if you used your stencil with pixie spray and you had leftovers, you could use that. Oh, that's okay, Melissa. You could use that foil over the top where, if you still had some extras. So we're just going to kind of stick this underneath. I didn't stick it down all the way. We're going to use our little tweezers to stick it in there. I should have put them on first, but hindsight 2020, right? Goes to show you can stick it in and make it work. Here we go. So we've got one there. I'm going to cut them long for right now. And we're going to stick this one down here. This won't dry right away, but it'll dry close enough that by the time I'm done. Okay. And then last but not least, we're going to add one to the bottom. Yes, you could make, and there, if you got a birthday box from last year, there was a tissue paper stencil that was involved in that. So if you got that last year, you would have that from your stash. And there was also, I didn't look to see. Penny, would you do me a favor? Is It's Party Time still in stock? Can you look for me? Because if it is, then I will show that. I ran out of time to show, but to look before I got on live. All right, so we got that, and I'm going to throw this right on top. Thanks, Lisa. Did you get my message that I didn't stop and see you? I'm sorry, I ran out of time. I got to town a little bit later than I thought, and then my friends stopped that were at Scrap Mania today. Okay, just the dies. Okay, thank you. I will not show that then. If you got the birthday box last year, that has some things that would work with this too, if you still have that in your stash. So we've got this. I'm going to let these dry a few minutes before we cut these tags off, and let's get a birthday sentiment stamped out. I did 2022. That was 2 years ago already. Oh my goodness. Time flies when you're having fun. I was thinking that if you ordered and got the free birthday stamp during Christopher's birthday, there was the happy birthday to you. That would work. But I grabbed the birthday tag stamp set because it has just this little bit of things. We've got celebrate in style, birthday wishes. Oh, that was the retro. Okay, thank you, Penny. I sometimes, I can't always remember things. I'd have to go back and look. I just knew it was in one of them. Birthday hugs and kisses, make a wish. I think we're gonna do both of these. Piata, yes. And you know what? Yeah, I've never done it, but the tissue paper tech, I think there's one where you can use tissue paper and like glue it down. That would be fun. We're gonna do happy birthday and celebrate in style. And this actually works with the tags that come in this set. So we're going to grab that mini tag out and we're going to stamp them down. And I think we'll do one. We'll do one in green and one in yellow, one in phone book and one in yellow or in Jurassic. And then I did put a few items down below in the description box of things I thought I was going to be using tonight. So there are a few links there. I will try to add the rest tomorrow, as long as I have some time to do that. Sometimes the boxes kind of run together for me sometimes. So I don't always remember which month. Okay, got the happy birthday and then Jurassic. We don't have a very big piece. We don't have a small piece of that. So we're just going to put that down. I'm just going to stamp it over a little bit because since I can see through my die, it's easy to line up the die. If you had a closed die, I would cut it out first and then stamp it out. So I can't believe it is May. Happy May Day. As in, it's going to be May. I just think that's funny. That's one of my favorite memes. Star Wars Day is coming up. I love that. And then, of course, the next day is Cinco de Mayo. And since it's on the weekend this year, I may have to buckle down and make some beans and tortillas. Let's see how I feel on Sunday. Okay. So we're going to quick cut this piece down. I'm going to die cut these out. We might see if we have we might add the white string to it, but we might just add some gems to them. All right, so I'm just lining it up so I can see, you can do all sorts of different ways. I'm going to run mine a little bit closer to the edge so that when I can layer them on top of one another. I hope that makes sense. And then we're going to add some gems. So, you ordered a shirt for your husband. In Cedar Rapids, I don't know if this is something that's year round, but or around there, but in Cedar Rapids, we have a minor league baseball team. It's for the Minnesota Twins, called the Cedar Rapids Colonels. And they do have a May the 4th day, and the players wear Star Wars jerseys that they auction off. And they the driver that used to drive for Speedy Delivery, which is a Midwest version of UPS, like it's just a local one. He always dressed up as Darth Vader every year and would go and walk around for the kiddos and stuff. It's pretty cool. They do do different ones a year, and then they auction the special jerseys off. And I don't know if it's always on. It may not always be on, May the 4th. It may be on, the weekend, Saturday. I mean, I don't know. I don't really pay that close attention to it. I just know they do that. So, all right. So we've got the celebrate in style and happy birthday. And I think we're going to stick them together first. And then I'm just going to put a gem on there instead of like a tag. So that way they stick like that together. So we're going to stick a little glue. I'm actually going to use both. A little ATG and a little liquid glue. And then we will stick it down. So I have a sister whose birthday is in, not the sister that's here, but I have a sister whose birthday is in May, and her husband's birthday is in May, and her son's birthday is in May, and they're all very, very, very close together. So they usually celebrate in the weekend. So I think I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. We probably should have done them the other way so they could have stuck this way, but that's fine. We're just going to stick them down over here in this corner like this. You kind of know what it looks like. And then we're going to stick on our gems. We got to add a little bling, you know, because birthday cards, you got to have fun. I do too. There are, Ellen, the tag sets, there was a few for different, there were, when these were available, all of them were available. There was some for a bunch of different seasons, and I love them. I don't use them enough, but I do love them. Actually, we're going to take that up and we're going to put it right over our little tags here. So that way, when I cut them off, they stay put. And then we're going to let this one just kind of go willy-nilly. Because it's, you know. So we got this. Yeah, here, I'll bring it up a little closer. And you got that little bit of sparkle. You can kind of see it in the orange in particular. You know, I have it on both of those. And then we got to add some sparkly gems. Let's see, what color do I want? I think I want the crystals. Yep, we're going to use the crystals because those are extra sparkly. Because you know what? If you're going to give somebody a birthday card, thanks, Mom. Thank you. You know, if you're going to give somebody a birthday card, give them something to make them smile. And we're just going to throw in a few here and there. And I know Francie's not here tonight. She had something going on, so we're still going to use our Stickum tool. And I did get, Christopher got the information. The lady was not shipping for a little bit because she was at a convention. So hopefully we can get them, but they're fun. We're going to stick them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just want to throw in a bunch. I got to see my mom on Saturday. My mom and my baby sister, they were in Cedar Rapids. So I met them at the hotel they were staying at and spent the night. It was a short and sweet visit, but it's better than nothing. You know, Ellen, sometimes the small stamp sets, the small ones they're overlooked. Even in the big stamp sets. You know, we forget about them. And for a while, I was trying to kind of make sure I was trying to utilize the smaller stamps and some of our stamps to make a card because those small stamps can make such a big impact. But I have not done that lately, so I may have to do that again. Sorry, sometimes I concentrate when I do this because I want them to make sure. It's like if I hold my breath, they're going to stick. I think we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need at least one more. Let's do one right here. And then I think that's it. And I think we're going to probably call it quits for tonight, you guys. So, is it wax? It is, Christy. It's a wax pencil. They're not individually available. I believe they're in sets. So they work just as well. I have the other pick sticks. I happen to grab that one all the time because it's tall. So there we go. Thank you, Melissa. Or should I say muchas gracias. So there we go, you guys. I got a Fiesta card using some of the taco stuff. Once again, like I said, here is what the confection. I'm sorry, I don't have the best name for that off the top of my head. The salsa, the salsa, the guacamole, and the nachos. I'll pull this up a little closer so you can see them. Yes. This is just a piece of scratch paper I had sitting around. I just wanted to swatch a few of them out so I knew what they look like. And they're fun. And then we did I did a 2-for-1 card because I created this card with my leftovers. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Walter. This was the leftover piece, and then this was some of the background. What? Oh my gosh, it looks like something tore off here. Oh man, we're gonna have to fix that. So yes, okay, thank you. Creative Confections. I knew it was confections, but I didn't remember. Creative Confections. The gems are available individually, or you can buy them as a bundle. This was the crystals. They're just beautiful. I will link them down below. And then my little tip is if you have extra glue, just gently push. Don't move, just tap up and down and tap around the gems, and that will pick up some of the extra glue. So you don't have the little glue daubles. It's nice if you have a clean towel, but mine is not. So thank you guys. I will see you next week. You're welcome. Put some washing up there. Yeah, I will. I will do something with that. I'm going to finish that card up tonight, Heather. So I hadn't decided what. I might even smear some of the confection still on it, but probably a washi tape because I have that and used that yet. So can look like flag and bling. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I appreciate you guys. Next week we will play with the succulent and cactus release, and I hope you all have a good evening, and thank you very much. I'll come back on so you can see me before we go. So have a great night, you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.